My mom texted me, call 911, but don't let him know, and I just ran to my car instead of reading the rest. So this happened last Thursday, and I honestly still feel sick about it. I'm writing this from my apartment at AM because I can't sleep and figured maybe sharing this absolute disaster of a day would help me process it. Spoiler, I'm an idiot. I was at work, just finishing up some emails around PM. It had been a pretty normal day, boring meeting in the morning, lunch with some coworkers, back to my desk to wrap things up before the weekend. I was literally planning what I was going to make for dinner when my phone buzzes. Text from my mom. Now, my mom is the type who calls for literally everything. She barely texts unless it's like, okay, or, at store need anything. She still uses periods at the end of every text like she's writing a formal letter. So seeing an actual full sentence from her already had me on edge. The text said, call 911, but don't let him know.
That's all I read. I didn't scroll down. Didn't check if there was more. Didn't even think about it. My brain just went into pure panic mode. My mom lives alone ever since Dad passed 3 years ago. PIM could only mean one thing in my mind. Someone was in her house. An intruder. A break-in. My mom was in danger and trying to secretly get help. I literally just grabbed my keys and sprinted out of the office. My coworker Dave shouted something like, "Dude, where are you going?" But I was already gone. I didn't clock out. Didn't tell my boss. Didn't grab my jacket. Just ran.
I broke every single speed limit getting to her place. Called 911 on the way, hands shaking so bad I could barely hold the phone. My mom texted me, someone's in her house. Please send someone now. The operator is trying to calm me down, asking me questions like what's the address? What exactly did the text say? Is your mom in immediate danger? And I'm just absolutely losing it. Running red lights, swerving through traffic like I'm in a Fast and Furious movie. I remember at one point I was crying and yelling at a car to move. Not my finest moment. I get to my mom's neighborhood and there's already 2 cop cars in front of her house, lights on. My heart just drops. I slam the brakes, literally leave my car door open, and run toward the house screaming, "Mom!" And that's when I see her, standing on the porch, laughing with the cops, holding her phone, completely fine. One of the officers stops me with his hand up. "Whoa. Slow down. You the son?" "Yes." "Is she okay? Where is he? What happened?" The cop looks confused. My mom walks over and she's got this weird expression, half concerned, half trying not to smile. "Honey, didn't you read my whole text?" My stomach drops for a completely different reason now. I pull out my phone with shaking hands and actually read the full message this time. Call 911, but don't let him know, is the advice they gave on that crime show I'm watching. This episode is so good. Want me to record it for you? It's the one about the art thief. She was watching a crime show and Liv texting me about the show. I'd called in a false emergency, abandoned my job without a word, drove like an absolute maniac, and mobilized the entire police department because my mom was texting her reactions to Law and Order, SVU. The cops were actually pretty cool about it once they understood what happened. One of them even laughed and said his wife does the same thing. But I've never been more embarrassed in my entire life. My mom felt horrible and kept apologizing. She made me cookies the next day. Work was not thrilled. I had to have a very awkward conversation with my boss about emergency protocols and communication. My family now calls me the kid who called SWAT on SVU. My sister made it her mission to bring it up at every family gathering. So yeah, life lesson learned. Maybe read the whole text next time before assuming your mom is being held hostage. Anyone else have a story that makes them want to crawl into a hole? Please tell me I'm not alone.